Oh. And then let's find it again. Right. There you go. Okay. Now, more point.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry. So, from here, do you want more broad or more point?
You know, right like that is good, but if you did anything, it'd be more broad.
Okay. So I'm going to slowly, I want to change my body position to see if I can sink down.
Okay.
There. How's that?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, there you go.
Down?
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm going to use my hand to kind of reinforce that if I can. There. There we
Yeah,
go.
that's good. Yeah, that's good. Like, yeah, that's really hitting it. It feels really good. It's like, it's almost like a really good stretch.
If you've got, tight contracted tissue, and then I come in and just press on it, 9 times out of 10, what it seems to do is your nervous system is telling that muscle to contract. We're sending a different message into your nervous system, and your body goes, oh, hey, and stop sending that contract signal.
Yeah.
Like, that's about as complex as I can make it. Of like why it seems to be, effective. A little more down. There we go.
Like I said, it's my right side that's responding to this one.
And I'm going to switch out. I want to come in from the other side and see if it's any different if I use my other arm. Like if I change the angle at all. Still right there. You tell me.
Oh, yeah, that's good, too.
There we go. So if I hook in
Yep.
and then lean down towards the trochanter. Is the jostle not as effective?
Not really. Ooh, there you go. Now you're in a really good spot.
Okay. Now more point.
No.
Okay.
Just how you were, and
Just a point?
Even if you
over?
rock back and forth.
When you say rock like that,
Yeah, but like that. More like, yeah, like that. Yeah, like more like.
it's your TFL. You respond to it the same way I do.
What is it? TFL?
So here's my quick guess. In your car, here's what I want you to do. Do you drive a stick shift? Okay. I want you to change your seat. Your gas pedal, you're keeping contraction in this to hold your leg at a certain angle when you're pressing on the gas or the brake. I want you to change the position of your seat and see if some of this clears up.
Change it how?
So tilt it forward or tilt it up.
Okay.
Or like change maybe a little bit the distance between your chair or your seat, I should say, and the steering wheel.
All right.
Just a little bit. Just little changes to see if anything changes.
Okay.
That or cruise control.
I use my cruise control constantly.
There.
I'm gonna use that more than I use the accelerator.
So Kathleen, right?
That's me.
So why is Thai massage not as respected as orthopedic massage? Or myoskeletal alignment?
Wow.
Probably a cultural thing.
Yeah, right. When I go back and forth, still good?
Yeah.
Not too much.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I broaden it just a little bit and I still go back and forth, is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, that's what I was trying to find.
Still contemplating my response. The other two are sold bigger. and,
It's medical.
well, I mean, I'm watching you now and I don't see why this isn't medical. I don't know. I mean, I think that.
It's medical. What? I'm in Thai fisherman pants. I have long hair. I get no respectability.
Perception is reality. It is how people perceive it. It's how what they hear.
Forward
I don't think they hear
or
enough.
back?
Yeah. Well, as soon as it's a label. As soon as somebody interprets a label,
Yeah.
it's like they quit understanding.
Yes.
They're trying to understand.
Yeah.
At some point, you have to have some understanding of, you know.
Let me back off for just a second. And I'm going to give that a break for just a minute. And I'm going to come up into here real quick.
You know, the left side.
The left side. So flip over for me.
really tight. Not my IT band, but just the trap.
Yeah. At the top.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the same thing on the legs. We're going to have this one up, this one. There you go. And like I talked to Walt, I had a conversation with Walt probably 3 months ago. And in a private conversation, Walt was like, Robert, your work and my work ain't that different. He's like, I know from the outside people think it's different, but he's like, I've seen you and seen what you've done over time and see your videos and talk with you. He's like, your work is like remarkably similar to like what I'm doing or teaching. You might not know the science stuff to be able to explain it as eloquently or whatever, but you'll get there. He's like, but the work is relatively the same. I'm like, oh yeah, I know.
Well, actually, a lot of what I see can easily be extrapolated to a lot of the work I do on the table.
Yeah.
I'm watching you going, well, yeah, I'm modified.
So when
It's slightly different, but.
Yeah. When I bring you down, how's that?
It's good.
Feels good. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of length and then some pressure right there. How's that?
That's good. Ooh, there you go.
There you go. So I will adapt it to the table, but I'm very biased about mat-based work because of the use of my legs and feet.
Oh.
And that's part of the problem is like as soon as you use legs and feet, it's not professional anymore. Like it has a different tone to people.
Okay, that's hurting.
Okay. And back off. Thank you for letting me know. Was it too much pressure?
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to try just a little bit more broad. I'm going to try a slightly different position. Instead of there, I'm going to go like a little bit more lateral, kind of out here. We're just going to see how that does. Right there. There we go.
My phone's off. It's on silent.
So I took a class with Walt in Dallas, this is several years ago, and we did this thing on the table, and you took like their leg up and over, and you kind of hooked into their IT band, and you weren't sliding, you were just kind of gripping stuff.
I thought for a moment it was in my head. It was moving so slowly.
What's up with our legs there? How's that, brother? Doing okay?
Good, yeah.
Now, if I give you a little bit more forward or a little bit more back?
A little forward.
A little forward, right there?
Yeah.
Okay. If I hold you right there, how's that?
That's good.
There we go. So we did this like leg over, grab the IT band, pull, and it wasn't like sliding, it was more like you were gripping. He was even using Dyson to get more grip.
Yeah.
And Walt came over and he's like, Robert, is this kind of like what you, and I'm like, Walt, this is myofascial release? Like, I've been doing this forever. Like, this, I was just kind of dumbfounded that they had taken one specific way of like interacting with tissue and given it a name. And that was myofascial release, and that was a modality. And I keep having these modality debates in the massage industry because they can never define it. And they keep telling me I'm forming a new modality empire, and I'm like, what's a modality? And they're like, screw you. You know what you're doing. And I'm like, I'm helping people. What do you want? Too much?
No, it's good.
Good. What about a little jostle there?
Yeah, that's good too.
There we go. There we go.
Makes the
There we go.
sharpie
I dropped out of discussion
It's good
just
to know.
today. Because I see both sides. I see nothing wrong with what they're coining as modality empires, because at least somebody's learning something more than the nothing they learned in massage school.
Oh.
That's a start, and they can step foot in many directions past.
See, so Walt and I would disagree, not on the bodywork or the science, the marketing.
There's a place for everything.
Yeah. If I hook in right there, is that too much?
Oh, no.
Okay, so I want to come in with my elbow because it seemed like this little point right here.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if I could hook right in. Oh, sorry. Let me see a little broad. Let me see if I get a better grip. There we go. How's that?
Good.
There we go.
Right where it needs to be.
Because I don't have a problem with Walt's body work, and I don't have a problem with his science. I have a problem with his marketing and branding. And I'll have that conversation with him, and it's totally cool. Like, I totally respect that he's going a different direction. It's fine. Like, I don't expect everybody to do what I'm doing. But I'm doing what I'm doing for very specific reasons, and then I start seeing, as we grow, it's like, modality empire, you're trying to form a modality empire. And I'm like, what's a modality? I'm trying to form a brand. And they go, what's a brand? I'm like, okay, do you eat Whataburger, In-N-Out, or Wendy's? And they're like, do you drive a Mercedes, a BMW, or a Porsche?
There is.
Back and forth.
What about Piriformis?
What about it?
Can we see something on
Piriformis. Okay, now ladies, I want y'all to listen, because after I tell you this, it's not going to work on you anymore. I often talk about Piriformis at parties because it impresses women when you know Latin. Shut up. See, she's shaking her head, but she's like, well, he's kind of attractive, you know. It's kind of working for me. He's like, he's being facetious. And so Piriformis is Latin for pear-shaped. Piriformis.
Shut up.
No. Right? And now you're like, wow, he was actually smart. That was eloquent. So usually what I'm going to do is use a foot and do like a very gentle jostle. Just give me 2 seconds and I'll come show you real quick. Because I find it's the easiest way to soften some of the superficial tissue of like gluteus maximus to start to sink in before we use other tools. And your foot is something I encourage therapists to use because I want to get them off of their hands. Right
You can even do it on
there.
him so we can watch.
So give me just a second to show her that.
Sure.
Too hot or too cold in here?
How do you guys feel? Too hot, too cold?
I'm good.